We're your residents and your workers. We live in your properties. We're paying for your £1,900 table tonight. So maybe you would spare a few minutes to come and talk to us?
Can't pay, we'll stay. Can't change, USA. Can't pay, we'll stay. Are you a CEO?
He doesn't know. 40% rent increase. Do you think that's normal? Teachers, nurses, social workers, teaching your kids. What do you want from us?
Welcome to the Unite and Housing Association Workers and Residents Network Alternative Housing Awards. As you can see in this lovely hotel, they're going to have the executives of housing associations that have paid £1,900 for a table for tonight.
How much?
£1,900. Meanwhile, across the road in Hyde Park, we've got the biggest group of rough sleepers in London, in the borough of Westminster. They will not be having a comfortable dinner tonight. They will be out in the cold and the wet and the rain tonight. And I hope that any housing association executives in there are listening to this and thinking about that. Housing associations like Peabody Trust, Octavia, St Mungo's, Centrepoint and others began with charitable aims to lift the working class from the misery of slum dwellings and away from the grasp of savage landlords. But over the years, what we've seen is that these aims have become subordinate to the relentless drive towards housing association commercialisation, to build homes that can be sold at premium prices on the open market, to build for rent at the maximum market rate. And worst of all is when those homes are ex-council stock, when there are our homes built with our money for working people to live in as our right to secure, decent, clean housing. So we're not going to let it go. We're here to have a bit of fun tonight, but our aim is deadly serious. It's to rain on their parade, to remind housing associations what they were set up for.
You are. Could you please understand that a lot of tenants are really very upset about the fact that housing associations are moving towards deregulation, and we're very upset about the fact that we're going to be without any government oversight of rents, and we're nervous about our tenancies, and we really think the housing associations should return the properties that they were given by local councils back to local councils. And we're very much opposed to what's going on with the 2006 Housing and Planning Act.
Okay.
So,
the first award this evening is in the category Most Rotten Repair Service. See if you can guess who this is. Described as making tenants' lives hell for many years, and their track record is only getting worse. They've failed to respond in a timely way to call out for repairs and maintenance, and then when they receive complaints, the corporate line is to blame the tenants and residents. Their CEO, Chief Executive, took home almost £219,000 in 2016, and they made a surplus of £27.8 million. The award goes to Genesis Housing Association. Boo! I'm not sure who's here to accept the award on their behalf. Okay, well, let's move swiftly on to the next category. The award goes to the Housing Association with soaring service charges. This is a well-known ruse by housing associations. That's how they get more money in the bank to contribute to their billions of surplus. And this award, the citation is, not only does this organisation seem to be escalating service charges out of control for services they are legally bound to provide, but when they are called out for any repairs or to carry out any work, they act like they're doing tenants a favour. Their chief executive was paid £220,000 in 2016, so not quite as much as the previous, and their surplus was £75 million. I'm delighted to say that this year the award for Housing Association with soaring service charges goes to Family Mosaic Housing. Boo! And is there anyone here to accept the award on behalf of Family Mosaic Housing? Now the next category is for rocketing rents. increasing rents of key workers by 40%, despite turnover of £219 million and a surplus, that's profit to you and me, profit of 33 million in 2016. This organisation has turned from social housing landlord to property developer and speculator. Their chief executive received a salary of just under, this is a shame, just under £230,000 in 2016. Yes, the award for Roxham Reds can go to none other than One Housing Group. To One Housing Group. The next award goes for customer disservice. For leaving tenants to freeze over the winter rather than fixing their heating. Their new development at Carillion Court, a property development of new buildings that soon became uninhabitable. Their chief executive received a salary of £220,000 and the association made a surplus of £125 million. The award, the Alternative Housing Award for Customer Disservice 2017 goes to Notting Hill Housing Trust. Notting Hill.
I'm going to start with the Blundering Board and Management Award. And again, as many of these, that's a lot of competition for this. But the citation says that this was for dismantling the community-based housing association in East London and transferring all its assets to the parent body, in the process destroying an association that had excellent tenant satisfaction, higher than the association that gets the award, across a wide range of aspects. They dismantled a model that worked and imposed one that was one of the weakest. The CEO of this association gets $230,000 a year, and the organisation gets a surplus of 116 million from its inadequate service, and the winner is Peabody Housing. So next is also a hotly contested award, award for senseless social cleansing and dodgy development. The citation says that it's for numerous examples, but particularly for Orchard Village in Havering, built with 31 million of public money, a so-called flagship estate in the borough of Havering, which residents describe as a living hell. They've had to endure mould, damp, broken heating systems, inadequate fireproofing and missing insulation. They've also been put at risk by high levels of toxic gas, including methane and hydrogen sulfide. So the association getting this coveted award, the association that failed to bring its benefits to North London, is Clarion Housing. So the last award that I've got to give out is the award for the overall lousy landlord, and again there's been huge competition for this award. I would say that the chief executive of this organisation has been self-critical, because she's pointed out that housing associations have been guilty of encouraging a culture of welfare dependency, and so she's very keen that her association does less for her tenants. We received 220 nominations for this landlord, primarily for shirking their responsibility after claiming it cannot afford to run community centres, despite revenues of 351 million in 2016, and a surplus of 95 million. The CEO that I spoke about, that's so concerned about welfare dependency, has a pay level of 220,000. And it says here that, like many of the associations recognised in our awards, they could appear under several categories. So would anyone from Hyde like to pop out and get the overall Lousy Landlord Award? Plenty of people need to come out that. Okay.
Show me your bed bugs. Rats and bed bugs to hide it.
Do they want to see my bed bugs that I have to live in?
Hold them up.
I wonder if Hyde would like to run a focus group
This is
on
what
their
I always have to live with.